You're listening to Create, Live, Grow, the podcast, where we talk about how people of color, creative millennials, learn to develop themselves as entrepreneurs. Every other Thursday, we'll talk about personal development, building and maintaining healthy relationships, your wellness factor, industry hacks, and the tools of the trade. We are your hosts, Phil, Follett, and Janae.
So what's going on, everybody?
Hey, everyone.
Hey y'all, how's everybody doing?
We're good. So, since this is our intro, I want us to introduce ourselves. Phil, tell the people out there who you are.
Man, look here. But again, my name is Phil Scott. I'm the president of Black on Black Rhyme Tampa. I am the founder of Delvemore Studios. And Delvemore Studios being a video production company I own, as well as just being a part of being running this Black on Black Rhyme for the past 7 years. So it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad that we're able to put together this particular podcast.
That's what's up. Welcome, welcome, Phil. Welcome. Hand claps all around. So, Janae, who are you? Let the people know, who are you, Janae?
Hey, everybody. My name is Janae Modern Medusa Hardy. I am the founder of Modern Mindset Life Coaching, which is a transitional life coaching business. I am an author of 6 amazing books, and I am a spoken word artist here in the Pinellas and Tampa Bay community.
Okay. Look at, I feel like I'm sitting amongst greatness over here. So I'll finally introduce myself. Hey, everyone. My name is Flengeg Muta. I am a part of Black on Black Rhyme here in Tampa, Florida as well, too. I've been a member for, I can't even remember. It's been a while. So we're just going to say that. So it's been a while. I am also an owner. I own a coaching business basically called Live Unapologetically, where I teach Black people how to live unapologetically on our own terms. I do this through curated programs that I create, one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching. And I also have another business that is called Black Girls Are, where here we focus on basically affirming Black women and who they are so that they can be confident and know that they're not out there alone, that there is a sisterhood of people supporting them as well too. And it will be turning into a podcast in the future. So yeah, I'm dropping that on here. You can understand us does come through, okay? So yeah, this is who we are. Welcome again to Create, Live, and Grow. So I know that a lot of people are probably like, okay, so we see y'all out here, but what's this about? Like, what's going on with y'all? Like, how are you living? What's happening?
Well, in my realm, I'm just going on long walks on the beach with sipping on some nice cranberry apple juice. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing. I don't know if y'all had that cran pomegranate, but that's on that next level right there. But um, as of right now, man, I'm just getting done doing some film shoots, and it's been some really great things I've been looking forward to, man. Being an entrepreneur and a creative, like you go through a whole lot of different things, and um, you got to go through a lot of ups and downs. And I'm finding that you got to celebrate your ups, and you got to kind of wade through your downs to get to the celebration. You know what I mean? Because if you think even when you're down, you're still really up because it's a learning process. So once you learn what you need to learn while you're down, celebrate that. Like, yo, I messed this up, or I went through this part, or God put me in this position, and now I'm out of it, and it's a beautiful thing. So I'm coming into like a little flourishing period, and I'm just happy to be able to really share that with these two amazing women that's on this podcast, because they have truly been lifting me up these past few months. So I truly appreciate that little space. So just what about y'all selves?
First of all, I just want to say, speak on it, sir. Okay, speak on that because that's real. So yes, I'm gonna pass the baton over. Go ahead, Janae.
Definitely, I agree. I'm so happy to be here with both of you guys. You know, you've definitely been a part of the process over, the past couple of years and specifically the past couple of months, getting this podcast curated and put together and, finally started. So I'm definitely happy to be in that space. Um, these days in life, I'm just, trying to keep calm through the madness. I find myself very busy and stretched out at times, but mentally speaking, I'm just trying to just keep the calm of the seas going, staying busy nowadays with a group of young boys that I work with. And whew, I did not know how troublesome teenage boys can be. Oh my gosh, they're busy. So, just again, with all the greatness that's been happening around me, just taking time to appreciate those things, give gratitude, and stay calm.
That's real. That is so real. Yes, teenage boys have a lot of energy. They
They
have
do.
lots of energy that needs to be expelled. So I completely understand. I completely, yeah. Phil, you were a teenage boy.
Man, I still act like a teenage boy. Y'all playing, because man, I be understanding they plights. They just trying stuff out, and a lot men, well, a lot of men and young boys when they're young, when we're in our youth, the beauty of our youth. A lot of times we don't realize we don't know nothing about nothing, but we want to experience everything. We feel like we got an opinion about everything, but that's another subject. But we definitely want to be everywhere at the same time, you know, um, and it doesn't always work out the best, but uh, God bless you, Miss Janae, for working with our young boys because they are a handful.
Two of them. What's been going on with you, Soleil?
So, what's going on with me? Okay, yeah. I've been doing a lot. Like for real. I've been doing a lot. So one with this coaching business, it's in a place where it's launching as well too. I'm launching my program, my 8-week program. So yeah, if y'all want to know more about that, hit up my page. You'll see it. Just you'll see this information. We like to cross promote too up in here. So just giving y'all a heads up. But yeah, I've just been doing a lot with that. Just getting the business together into a place. I'm learning a lot when it comes down to just being an entrepreneur, being on this journey as well to what it takes to be a creative entrepreneur. And then on top of that, if you're the type of person who's into like spiritual entrepreneurship as well too, that adds on a whole nother level because you can't do things out here just the way everyone else does, period. Like you just can't, divesting from capitalism in this type of way, like what does that even look like? Yeah, I know I probably scared some of y'all by saying that, but it's okay. So it's just like really digging into a lot of these areas as well too. So I've been doing that. Black Girls Are is here. Like I said, it's transitioning as well. So that's happening in the background. I'm also in grad school too. So yes, here I am, doing the things.
Big time.
I'm just saying, I'm the person who likes to go and get educated. That's just me. I don't mind actually institutions in this way. However, I also know how to eat the meat and spit out the bones because some of this stuff, that's a whole nother podcast on its own. But I've been doing that as well too. So just balancing life. You know what? I don't even like to use the word balance. I've come to a place of understanding the word harmony, like truly finding harmony in everything that it is that I am doing, because I like the things that I'm doing as well too, finding new opportunities as well. I'm finding that doors are opening up in ways that I'm not expecting them to. I'm finding harmony in just like literally becoming aligned within myself. So I'm a big person when it comes down to like meditating. I'm a major proponent for like meditation yes, metaphysics, the whole nine. I do that. I have a practice in that as well. So it's just literally been a place of harmony. But in doing so, that means it takes some work to get to this place. Like, this isn't osmosis. I don't sleep and wake up and then all of a sudden, whoo, like, that's not what this is. It's dealing with all of the layers as well too. So yeah, that's what I've kind of been up to. Just a lot of transitions have been taking place, but I think transition and change is cool because change is forever constant. Like, change is constant. So you are going to have to figure it out how you're either going to get into the flow with change or you're going to push against the thing. And, it happens for all of us. It's an ebb and flow. So that's what I've been up to.
Man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I actually got a question for y'all, and this is off script. So if it don't go well, I'm gonna take it off. So, I had this idea because something happened to me actually yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? And I thought I would bring it up to y'all because it just hit me like right now because I was looking at the Wi-Fi signal and I was like, I got like a relapse. I had gotten, I I got triggered.
So were you triggered?
Yeah, I was triggered, and so I call this, are you mad or not? And so, so a couple of days ago, was, I was at the house. I'm here and I'm chilling, right? And all of a sudden I go to my Alexa, I'm walking in my living room and I holler at Alexa and I tell her to cut on the lights because I got the Wi-Fi lights and they cut on automatically in the crib. So I'm like, okay. I walk in and I say, Alexa, and Alexa says, I'm not connected. And I'm like, say what? Because I paid, like I had I was like, I thought it was like maybe a little error or something. So I said, Alexa, turn on the light. And she said, I am not connected. I said, all right. Which one did you want? See, she talking now,
Persistent.
Look at that, Alexa's.
Alexa be
tripping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
So I found that I looked at Alexa. God dang it! And what ended up happening is it has a little Wi-Fi signal on the device. So I looked and saw it wasn't connected. And so I looked at my cell phone and I saw that my cell phone wasn't connected. And I looked at my laptop. I saw my laptop wasn't connected. So I went to my cell phone and I looked to see if I paid the bill. I said, yes, sir, I paid the bill. And then I looked at the router and I noticed that it was kind of tripping. So I thought there was a power out or because, Spectrum, shout out to Spectrum. Y'all service sucks, okay? Sometimes, like it just goes out. And I looked to see if it was out because I paid the bill. About 30 minutes later, they gave me a call. They said, Mr. Scott, your device is giving off some feedback or some static, and we need to send out a technician. I was like, I've been trying to get in contact with y'all for a little minute to figure out whether this, like, what's going on with my service, and so I want to know, should I be mad or not? Because like, I pay my bill, but they don't necessarily compensate you for when their service is out, but they charge you the arm and the leg. So I feel as if there should be some type of like, there should be some get back because I was out without Wi-Fi for a day and a half. And my whole business is set up off of the Wi-Fi because they told me they wouldn't be able to have a technician come out that day they would have to come back that next day. And and on Saturday, I had music students all throughout the day until 4 o'clock. So I wouldn't have been able to even assist, have the people come here until 4. So should I be mad or no?
Yes. My answer is yes. I'm going to say absolutely. I feel like you actually need to, they need to add some credit or compensate you for your bill because of their blunder and mistake. Because, I mean, let's be honest here. How many people work off of Wi-Fi?
That's what I've been saying.
I mean, there's still a whole panini outside that's taking place. And so people make it seem like they're just going back to, so I just want to know, so it's one of those, you have one job.
Mm-hmm.
Spectrum, you just had one job.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't ask for just one job. And you couldn't even fulfill your one. You were paid already. One job. I say yes. Yes. I'd be mad.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I would too. Just based off the facts that, you got your business going with, your work. That's your main, thing that you got going. So for a day and a half to be out of that, like, that's time, and time is money. And so I'm gonna need that back, y'all.
You know what I mean? They need to give some credits. You know what I mean?
Credit my account.
What's on my next bill?
That's what I'm saying. Credit my account. This isn't even reparations. This is just called better business. Credit my account.
You feel me?
For credit my account, because no, I'd be mad.
What made me even more mad is when they came and they made it seem like it was my stuff, like I did something to this modem. I look outside, this brother been telling me, yeah, I've been in this neighborhood all day. There's a few different places. They replacing wires, you know what I mean? So I know, I was like, so y'all jokers got faulty equipment and you trying to make it, all right.
See, that's problematic. See, this is the sad thing because, and I know we'll end up moving on as well, but this is the sad thing because, one, they're working on the wires, right?
Mm-hmm.
This starts getting into those areas that I get real passionate about, because depending on where you live, and to our listeners, if you're hearing, we all live in 3 different areas in the Tampa Bay area, period. So we're having 3 different experiences, though we are all beautiful Black people. So depending on where you are living will also depend on your experience. Medusa over here she said she's in Pinellas County. That's a different experience. Phil over here, he is over in East Tampa area. That's a different experience. I'm over in the Town and Country area. That's a different experience. So this is an interesting thing, because when I moved over to the Town and Country area, because I only recently moved back over this way, they replaced our modem immediately because they said their equipment was no longer working. Mm-hmm. So they needed to actually upgrade the modems for everyone, period. So this is the thing. The reason why you're dealing with the issues that you're dealing with, and mind you, if anyone understands the demographics of Town and Country, it is predominantly white and Hispanic. Enough said. Mm-hmm. East Tampa, really Black. It is blackity black, black. Pinellas County, depending on where you are, can be a mix. She's on the south side, so Black. Mm-hmm. It's sad that it took them for this modem thing to happen the way it did, because on our side of town, they were replacing them like this. So we haven't had an issue with our modem because they're replacing them like this, the Spectrum new. Your side of town, they're just like, it shows the neglect of a company because of demographics. Don't let me get deeper into it. I'm just saying. And I'm gonna drop it right there because I could really go deep, but I just need y'all to understand this is why I'd be big mad, because on the Black side of town, all of a sudden it's your fault. Though I know Spectrum told us, actually, it's our modems. We need to replace them. Mm-hmm. Take that with you. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Exactly. Sip your tea, because
I'm
that's
just
what
saying.
that is.
Yeah.
Keep on sipping, girl. Keep on sipping. Because I'm like, let's drop some truth on here.
No, but what's interesting about that is there's many creatives out here that
Yes.
do the same thing to their clients, and they
Woo.
they have something that's faulty with their product or their service or their painting or something that happens, and automatically you're not addressing those things timely, or you're not having any type of empathy for the actual client who is utilizing your stuff.
Mm.
So the it kind of goes into what we're talking about, what this podcast is about, um, in a way, because we're attacking some of those things within this podcast to help creatives, or people in that realm really step up your game in a few different um, what's the word I'm looking for, like, uh,
Categories.
yeah, like, and there's many focuses that we have, but we want these three primary focuses that we're going to be discussing pretty soon to really kind of, um we believe those things will help benefit you and take your creative, entrepreneurial, healthy full self, to the next level. And you know I just so happen to be connected to some of the most brilliant women that just so happen to be on this podcast. I always gonna big y'all up because y'all keep me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep me together, and y'all help push us forward. And y'all have really made some tremendous strides and doing some amazing things in the community. But the information is needed, on these different things that we're going to be discussing. So I don't know if Filet, you wanted to kind of bring us into it, but um, yeah, I kind of pass it off to you.
Absolutely. So, what are our listeners in for when it comes down to the Create, Live, Grow podcast? I'm going to pass the mic over to Janae.
All right. So, what the listeners will be in for, starting off with the create section of our podcast, we're just going to be talking about tips to utilize in order to create tangible, things, whether that be production of a book or, poetry or, artwork, just different things to stay tangible in the creative realm, um, but also in a consistent and upstanding way.
Mm-mm-mm. Yes, yes, and yes. So I'm going to take the mic and say, in the live area, what we're going to be talking about is not only the business element, because I think a lot of times when we say business, people think of it very statically, meaning the numbers, the stats, what I have to do in the background. Am I using QuickBooks? What are my platforms? All that. Like, all that's good, great, kudos. We'll talk about that as well too. But when we're talking about live, we're also talking about how you can better live, literally how you can have a better life, especially as a creative entrepreneur, right? Being a creative entrepreneur, it almost sounds like a paradox. It almost sounds like a catch 22. Like, is this the thing? Because a lot of times people think about starving artists. Creative entrepreneur is almost like the new term for like a starving artist. No, this is not what we're going to do. We're not here for that. So, what we're going to do is actually talk about your livelihood and what it looks like as a creative business owner in every single realm. In every single realm. So from wellness as well too, from the 8 realms of wellness. That you didn't know that, look it up. From the 8 realms of wellness, from your financial to your business to your health to your mental to your physical. We're going to talk about all of that, specifically from the vantage point though of being a creative business owner. And how about you, Phil? What you got for us?
Um, with the whole creation, and then we have living. We need you guys, and ourselves. We want to grow. So the growth is extremely important. Discussing and celebrating the growth of the people that are involved, truly giving the the fertilizer to help uh, plant seeds, into your minds and to your spirits. So it's like a holistic approach to this. There's the business, there's your actual skill, and we want you to actually grow to where you can become a beautiful flower or a tree or something that can truly blossom into something that we can all admire. And we we really have a wealth of information to give, and we have a lot of things that we don't know that we're willing to explore. And I think through those different processes, we are going to assist each other in this journey of growth. And so that's really the makeup of this create, live, grow concept.
That sounds absolutely amazing to me. I don't know about y'all, but I wished at times at the beginning of my entrepreneur endeavors that I had what it is that we are about to drop, because there would have been certain mistakes that I would not have made. There would have been certain things that I could have avoided, as well as certain paths that I could have gone down. And I don't know how y'all feel about that as well too, but I'm grateful that, we decided to come together to create this podcast, Create, Live, Grow, especially specifically for people of color, creative entrepreneurs, because this is a realm that needs to be spoken about. This is a realm that needs to be tapped into. And this is a realm where people are hungry and looking for information.
Yeah, most
Absolutely.
definitely. Um, the the whole idea of that people can there's not many platforms for creatives specifically, to talk about this stuff that we're about to be talking about. And we I I I truly needed it, because I bumped my head a lot, um, but what you start realizing is, one, nobody's here to really give you the information that you don't know, because you don't know it. You know, you don't know what you don't know until you get penalized for it. And in the game of business, the stakes are high. Your reputation's on the line, and that's where this kind of comes into play, because creatives, we think in one side of the brain, and that business, that very logical, cut and dry, is on a whole nother side. So, like, we need to grow. We need to learn how to balance our love life and our business life, and create an actual creation process. So we definitely have the experience to assist in these different matters.
Absolutely.
I absolutely agree. I feel like for sure that this podcast is going to be something necessary. And as you said, in the color community, let me not say it like that, but in the persons of color.
The color,
color community.
Back to 1930. Yeah.
We ain't gonna take it all the way back there, but we are gonna implement the things that, someone should have said back then, or even in the future, to help us grow. So I'm really thankful again to be a part of this experience and to provide this experience and wave for our listeners.
Absolutely. So everyone, thank you so much for your time. This is the Create, Live, Grow podcast, and we will talk to you soon.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us this week on our Create, Live, Grow podcast. You can follow us on our social media outlets at Create, Live, Grow podcast. If you love the show, please leave us a rating on iTunes so that we can continue to bring you episodes you love. If you like this show, you might want to check out our Facebook community or email us at createlivegrowpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and we will see you every other Thursday.